It's 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning, folks, so grab your coffee, sit down, and enjoy Laura Crowley, Doug DeForest, coming to you almost live from Houston, the biggest little city in Texas County. It's the people, sights, sounds, and tastes of downtown Houston after hours. Now here's your hosts, Doug DeForest and Laura Crowley.
So is this like the funkiest hat ever?
That's like I think the Red Hat ladies had a yard sale.
I know, right?
Oh, hey, welcome everybody to Downtown Houston After Hours. I didn't know we were rolling.
I didn't either.
I'm Doug DeForest.
And I'm Laura Crowley.
You're doing so good with that. You got your name down and everything.
I know. I'm working.
So you got this funky hat.
I know.
And where did you get this funky hat?
I bought it on eBay. Don't tell my husband. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to pay a lot?
No.
Good, because you got a bowl of soup, right? I don't know.
So it's that bad?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Actually, it's just fine.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just fine. I'm just saying,
it's funky.
it's not my choice of all the weeks. It's not my favorite one.
Okay.
But, in kind of a Scarlett O'Hara way, it works, So, yeah, we can leave it there.
You got to go crazy a little.
Well, later on in the show, we've got on the Economic Development Director, Ron Reed, and we've got the Mayor,
I'm
Don
excited for
Todian,
them to come on here.
to explain to everybody why they got involved with the show and what's going on in Houston. Not to mention the 2-Minute Chef.
Yes.
And Misunderstanding the News.
I know, and that's my favorite.
It's your favorite, but you can't say it.
I know.
But we're all going to have a great show. We got lots of entertainment. Yeah. We've got some acts coming up. We got great talent from Mojo Monkey
Always.
down the road, and
guys, the city people? Can they take care of car tickets?
Kyle, what are you doing?
I got a ticket. I need to know something though. I got a ticket just earlier. Just right now, I was wondering.
Kyle, they can't. It's the mayor. He's not a cop.
You're asking if they can fix a ticket for you?
Parking ticket.
Yeah, parking ticket.
So you interrupted the show to ask, how much are you getting paid?
Well, I kind of need to figure this out.
Well, I
don't
know.
want to pay a ticket.
I tell you what, if you'll wait till a commercial. Are you still eating donuts? How many have you had this morning?
I got a whole nother box.
We don't need any more donuts.
But they're fresh. They're good.
Since you're out here, just tell folks we'll be right back, and we'll work this out on break.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, folks, we'll be right back. We'll fix this.
Oh, Kyle, bless his heart. I don't know what's wrong with him. Screw loose.
I think so. Hi, Brady. How are you?
Corner Express Shell is Houston's only locally owned and operated convenience store where we treat you like family.
At Corner Express Shell, we treat you right, one smile at a time. Corner Express Shell, Houston, Missouri.
Crowley's Homeworks, turning houses into
From the first look at Crowley's Homeworks, you will notice the thousands and thousands of ideas for any home project. Crowley's Homeworks has the best selection in the country. You don't have to drive miles to make your home beautiful. Just come on out to Crowley's Homeworks. 3 convenient locations to serve you.
Crowley's Homeworks, turning houses into
Crowley's Homeworks, Houston, Salem, and Mountain Grove.
Hi, this is Dawn at Memories and Dreams in downtown Houston. We have all kinds of items, repurposed, new, used, and wholesale. If we don't have it and you're looking for it, we'll try to find it for you.
Memories and Dreams, 103 South Grand, phone 967-7102.
From the moment Glenn Romine Sr. first saw that old Model T, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring quality Ford products to the Ozarks. In 1933, Glenn Romine Sr. did just that. He opened Romine's Motor Company in Houston, Missouri. As Glenn Sr.'s boys grew, Glenn Jr., Don, and Bob all watched their father do business a very simple way. An old-fashioned handshake and a smile, and the best deal you could find. That's right, it's still done that way today at Romine's Motor Company. Glenn Sr. believed in salaried salesmen, so those salesmen would fight to give their customers the best deal possible. And it's remained that way for over 80 years. That's Romine's Motor Company on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Phone 417-967-4134. It's where you'll get your best deal the first time around. Take it from the great Glenn Sr. himself.
Romine's Motor Company, Houston, Missouri. Best idea I ever had.
Simply put, Simply Sweets is amazing. Simply Sweets on Grand Street in Houston, Missouri has everything you want to fill that sweet tooth desire. And great meals too. And it's the only place in town with Starbucks coffee. So head on out to Simply Sweets. Your tummy will thank you.
Well, now it's my favorite part of the show.
And mine.
Well, no, you already said yours is 2 minutes.
I have a lot of favorites.
Well, let's just do this thing here together.
Okay.
Tell them where we're going.
We are going to Mojo Monkey.
That's right, Mojo Monkey down the street live to see what kind of action's cooking. There's always a great act at Mojo Monkey.
If I fall along the way, pick me up and mess me up. If I get too tired to wake it, be my breath so I can walk. If I need some other loving, just give me more till I can stand. When my smile is fading, so wait around, I'll smile again. Shouldn't be so complicated. Just hold me in there, just hold me again. Can you help me? I'm bent, I'm so scared that I'll never get to put back together. Keep breaking me in, and this is how we will live. With you and me. If I couldn't see, could you see? Could you pay me better off? Could you sympathize with my needs? I know you think I need a lot. Started out clean but I'm jaded. Just folded it in, just breaking my skin. Can you help me? I'm bent, I'm so scared that I'll never get put back together. Keep breaking me in, and this is how we will live. With you and me. Starting me, it's never enough till I feel all your pieces. Starting me, keep bending me on till I'm completely broken. Shouldn't be so complicated. Just hold me in there, just touch me again. Can you help me? I'm so scared that I'll never get put back together. Keep breaking me in, and this is how we live with you and me.
From the moment Glenn Romine Sr. first saw that old Model T, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring quality Ford products to the Ozarks. In 1933, Glenn Romine Sr. did just that. He opened Romine's Motor Company in Houston, Missouri. As Glenn Sr.'s boys grew, Glenn Jr., Don, and Bob all watched their father do business a very simple way. An old-fashioned handshake and a smile, and the best deal you could find. That's right, it's still done that way today at Romine's Motor Company. Glenn Sr. believed in salaried salesmen, so those salesmen would fight to give their customers the best deal possible. And it's remained that way for over 80 years. That's Romine's Motor Company on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Phone 417-967-4134. It's where you'll get your best deal the first time around. Take it from the great Glenn Sr. himself.
Romine's Motor Company, Houston, Missouri. Best idea I ever had.
Corner Express Shell wants to tell you one thing. If you try RV gas in your old clunker, you might see a magical change from that clunker. into something very special, a high-performance winner. Try V-Gas at Corner Express Shell, the last locally owned and operated convenience store in Houston, Missouri.
Hi, Brady. How are you?
Corner Express Shell is Houston's only locally owned and operated convenience store where we treat you like family.
At Corner Express Shell, we treat you right, one smile at a time. Corner Express Shell, Houston, Missouri.
Crowley's Homeworks, turning houses into
From the first look at Crowley's Homeworks, you will notice the thousands and thousands of ideas for any home project. Crowley's Homeworks has the best selection in the country. You don't have to drive miles to make your home beautiful. Just come on out to Crowley's Homeworks, 3 convenient locations to serve you.
Crowley's Homeworks, turning houses into
Crowley's Homeworks, Houston, Salem, and Mountain Grove.
Hi, this is Dawn at Memories and Dreams in downtown Houston. We have all kinds of items, repurposed, new, used, and wholesale. If we don't have it and you're looking for it, we'll try to find it for you.
Memories and Dreams, 103 South Grand, phone 967-7102. Simply put, Simply Sweets is amazing. Simply Sweets on Grand Street in Houston, Missouri has everything you want to fill that sweet tooth desire. And great meals too. And it's the only place in town with Starbucks coffee. So head on out to Simply Sweets, your tummy will thank you. Time for some more great shout-outs, folks. Shout out to DNL Florist. Since 1990, a full-service florist that ships worldwide. Phone 967-3705. Shout out to David Atkinson, your insurance and financial professional and Farmers Insurance agent. Phone 967-2600. Shout out to the good folks at Martin's Plumbing, open 24 hours a day. Phone 217-3113. Shout out to Neil's Sporting Goods, your one-stop sporting goods store. Phone 967-4444, 213 North Grand. Shout out to Stockard Insurance Agency. Phone 967-2300 and request a free insurance quote. Stockard Insurance, independent and gonna stay that way. For a little taste of Mexico, it's Cozumel, 1480 South Sam Houston Boulevard. Phone 967-0530. Shout out to Texas County Veterinary Clinic, 967-3857 on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Shout out to the Office Bar on Grand, phone 967-5381. And the Houston Area Chamber of Commerce, where your business is our business. Phone 967-2220.
And now it's time for the 2-Minute Chef.
With Chef Ian Driesel.
Okay, our cranberries should be just about there. I'm giving a nice stir. You can see that the cranberries are pretty much completely broken down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit there and we're gonna let them cool. You can serve this either hot or cold, and it goes really, really good on a turkey sandwich the day after Christmas dinner. All right, now it's time to move on to the giblet gravy. What I do is I start off with a half a cup of the pan dripping, and then the pan. Followed up by half an onion. We're gonna pinch of salt in there. I'm also gonna put my neck bone and my giblet in there. And I'm gonna let that come together and saute for about 3 or 4 minutes, kind of get some of the juice extracted out of both the neck bone and the onions. Now I'm gonna stir this roux and I'm gonna brown it just a little bit. Kind of take some of that flour taste out of your gravy. To that, I'm gonna add a full quart of chicken broth, but I'm gonna add it really slowly. And whisk at the same time. Now it's time for the turkey. I have a meat thermometer. I'm going to temp this turkey out in 2 separate places. And that reads out at 165, which is great. And then I'm gonna temp out right in between the leg and the thigh. And that's temping out at 165 as well. I'm Ian Driesel. I'm the 2-Minute Chef. Here's your perfectly cooked holiday meal. Merry Christmas.
Shout out to High Element Studio for all your recording needs. Phone 417-598-2490. Shout out to Jay and the gang at Quality Painting Construction. 417-260-1991. Free estimates and great work. Shout out to Diamond D Insurance. Phone at 417-268-8690. Shout out to our friends at Texas County Memorial Hospital. Phone 967-3311. Shout out to our friends at Evans Funeral Home, serving your family with dignity and compassion. Phone 967-3355. Shout out to Jay's Automotive and Towing. Phone 967-3252. Shout out to Missouri Loan Center. Phone 967-2274. A big shout out to our friends at Pizza Express. Phone 967-4473. Donnie Wells, American Family Insurance. A big shout out to you. Phone 967-2400 for your insurance needs. And that's just some of our downtown Houston after hours shout outs.
And welcome back to Downtown Houston After Hours. And today we have with us Mr. Ron Reed.
And look who I got over here. I got the mayor, Don Toddy.
Woohoo!
There. I'm important.
You are important.
I'm impotent. Yep, I am.
Yeah.
Well, look, now, folks, we got these two guys here from the City Hall, and they are probably two of the most important reasons why you're seeing Downtown Houston After Hours right now on your TV screen. Because without the City Council, the mayor, the Economic Development Director, the city manager, all of them jumping up and saying that we support small town activity, this could not have happened.
True.
And I want to thank you fellas from the bottom of my heart for that, because it's no small feat for this to happen. I don't think there's any other small town, for sure in the Midwest, maybe in America, that has their own morning talk show. I mean, this is pretty amazing. You guys have done great.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about the economic upside to what's going on in small town America, most definitely in Houston, Missouri, small town America.
One of the things at Houston, even in this day and time, it's difficult for many small towns to even have a director of economic development, per se, to work on growth all the time. We have been effective as far as what we've been able to recruit. The city's priority has always been job creation. Mm-hmm. More and more jobs, better quality of life, all of these things along this line. When they started the Economic Development Program years ago, that had been the focus about 15 years ago, we've never deviated from that priority to try to recruit industry, better jobs to stabilize our area.
Right.
And so there's lots of good things going on with our industrial growth, whether with the Durham Company, GAMO, others that have came here. It's been very successful. They're happy. They continue to grow, continue to hire, and then we continue to keep our same priorities to find more and recruit more, and at the same time still continue to take care of the ones that are here already.
Now, Mayor, I do know that the technical college here, they also do things to help these businesses when they come to town. They're more than willing to put programs into the college, I understand.
They do. They always have been very much a part of the community.
They worked with Durham a lot on getting people to understand how to do that concept, and I remember that, and I think that's the important thing, is that it is one piece fitting the other piece, and everything fitting together. Now, you were talking about some new stuff at the airport. My grandfather was a pilot, and we used to fly out of there all the time. I asked you about a fella, you said, oh no, he's been gone for years, but I used to fly out of there all the time, and I understand there's a brand new what do they call it? Hangar.
Yeah, we just finished. It's just being finished now. They're finishing where they can start renting the hangars as of the first of the year. There's 10 units.
Wow.
Be able to put 10 aircraft in, and on one end of it, we're putting a terminal, and it's going to have a shower unit. Nice lounge for the people that come in when they come in. The flight crews can go in and take a shower and clean up. And eventually, hopefully, we'll have a courtesy car available so that they can go around town and do things that they need to do.
Has there been any? This may be off the subject a little bit, but it's kind of. I saw that Jonesboro, Arkansas, moved in a small commuter aircraft. Is there going to be a time and place in this part of this time in America where we could maybe see a small commuter aircraft coming out of a town like Houston, Lebanon? I mean, these kind of places, or is that business? Do you think is kind of slowly dying? Has there been any kind of...
There's not been demand. There's not been the demand for it, but Texas County is in a part of Missouri where population continues to grow pretty rapidly all through this region.
Right.
That population would be the single biggest driver. We've not had that call yet, people asking for it, but as population continues to increase in this county and surrounding counties, the demand could come someday.
It could come sometime, and Houston's ready to grow with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'd love to.
How long is the runway right now?
It's 3,500 feet.
Yeah, so, and there's lots of land out there to easily develop onto it if you needed to.
So you have one empty and one full. So how difficult is it going to be to fill the empty one?
It will be difficult to fill the one that is on the northeast side of town that currently we've just finished it and it's ready to go. It will be difficult to fill it, but in rural America it always has been. But in some of the things, just like right here where we're doing the show and bringing more exposure to Houston, that's not the only things that Houston does.
Right.
So we belong to groups like the World Economic Development Alliance, and what that does, you're constantly on the recruiting trail for more industry to help grow that park, continue that job creations we talked about earlier. So there's more tools in place to continually try to bring people to fill those parks. Will not be easy, but that's the way it is in rural America. But the city council has committed, mayor has committed, others have, and put the tools in place to make those recruitment tools possible. So we've been successful. We hope we'll continue to be successful.
Now, I noticed that when we came to your city council meeting, I've never seen a city council that seems so ready to get down to business and ready to make things happen. No one was wasting time. I didn't see a lot of filibustering. I've seen people making action. And when you've seen governments work before, we're all guilty at times of doing it, but to see a board that wasn't grandstanding, that was actually just working together to make action. That's the important thing. People need to know that their board and their mayor and their economic developer, you guys are doing that. I saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
And I want to commend you because that's very cool. That's very cool because I've seen a lot of city council meetings where somebody just has to grandstand and it messes the whole thing up. You need to get your business done.
Yeah.
Now, Mayor, how long have you been mayor?
In my third year now.
Okay. That's kind of mayor. And known Don for a long time. So what made you decide to run for mayor? Now, you took Steve Hutchison's place, right?
I did. I was actually planning to run for city council.
Mm-hmm.
And when Steve decided he didn't want to run, they asked me if I would consider running for mayor instead of city council. So I said, okay.
Well, how do you feel about that decision?
Well, it's nice to be the mayor. I mean, this is a great city.
Yeah.
If you go around and look at any cities, any other cities in the area, you'll find out that Houston is way ahead of them as far as infrastructure, roads, and every part of the city is just more progressive than most cities. And so, it's fun to be a mayor in a city like that that's progressive.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, the council works together really well. Everyone has a plan for the city in the future, and it's a positive one to try to make it better.
We were talking about other things, like the Texas County Animal Shelter, which is first rate above most that you've ever seen. We'll be talking about them a lot on this show. And I think that's one of the things, the walking parks. Emmett Kelly is looking amazing, the park. For those of you who don't know, Emmett Kelly, the famous clown, Weary Willie, is from right here.
Yes.
And we have a park named after him, and they put have you walked on that walking trail yet?
I have, actually.
Very cool. And I hear there's other walking trails now, too, like where the old gravel place was. Is that right? Is there one up there?
It starts there.
Yeah.
The original one is they were going to start there, and then it was going to go around town all the way and make a full loop.
Wow!
But because of some of the restrictions on the highways, they decided not to do that. So they've mainly kept it inside the city where they don't have to go across main highways for safety reasons.
Right.
And so forth. But then we have, I don't know how many miles we have, but we have several miles of trail that's really nice for the citizens to walk on and be able to exercise.
That's incredible. Now, neither one of you guys want to give us I almost knocked your coffee over there, Laura. Hot stuff. Okay, neither one of you guys want to give us the information where someone, if they want to contact a city like Houston, which is very progressive in their tax rate, they're eager to get business in, how do they go about contacting you to bring a small business to this town and to let you show them why Houston, Missouri?
Yeah, that's very good. And our program has been long-standing. I've been here about 15 years, and through the city's leadership, it has worked well. But if someone interested in seeing this and wanted to make Houston, Missouri their home, there's some things that really distinguish Houston very much in relation to industry, different from other towns. One is the way we appreciate our industry. To get them here, to help take care of them, help them continue to grow in a place where they're appreciated. If someone was interested in moving an industry here, call City Hall or And just speak to anyone at the city or just ask for Ron Reed.
And that number is?
And the phone number there is 417-967-3348.
I got to show this because she does this magic on every show. Show them. Laura. Watch this. It's like Bewitched. Huh? There it is. Right there's the number. Now watch this. She can get rid of it too.
And it's coming on.
It's like the magic hand. I don't know.
Very good.
Yeah. You know. Well, we want to thank you fellas for coming out. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we?
To help with the phone number, so we also have a website.
There you go.
www.houstonmo.org.
www.houstonmo.org. Okay, yes. You got it. And so anybody can come see you guys there and get any details they need.
Absolutely.
And they're going to find a friendly face.
Absolutely.
I mean, the City Hall is a very friendly place to be. And look, there's Ron.
You bet.
Yeah.
And now, you're not down there every day, but when you're there, you'll be smiling. I know. Yeah. That's right. Fellas,
I hope so.
From the bottom of our heart, we thank you very much for your support.
Thank you for having us.
And I know Laura thanks you very much.
Yes, I do.
Well, thank you, Laura.
And we'll be right back with more Downtown Houston After Hours, thanks to these two fellas.
All right. Thank you.
Time for some more Downtown Houston After Hours shout-outs, starting with Shelter Insurance. David Keeney, phone 967-4112. Shout out to Dr. Joey Richardson III, phone 967-4528 for your dental needs. A big shout out to our friends over at Paws and Claws. Get those pets trimmed now. Phone 967-6951. And a big DHA shout out to Houston Herald. Contact them at 417-967-2000 or find them on the web at HoustonHerald.com. From the moment Glenn Romine Sr. first saw that old Model T, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring quality Ford products to the Ozarks. In 1933, Glenn Romine Sr. did just that. He opened Romine's Motor Company in Houston, Missouri. As Glenn Sr.'s boys grew, Glenn Jr., Don, and Bob all watched their father do business a very simple way. An old-fashioned handshake and a smile, and the best deal you could find. That's right, it's still done that way today at Romine's Motor Company. Glenn Sr. believed in salaried salesmen, so those salesmen would fight to give their customers the best deal possible. And it's remained that way for over 80 years. That's Romine's Motor Company on Highway 63 in Houston, Missouri. Phone 417-967-4134. It's where you'll get your best deal the first time around. Take it from the great Glenn Sr. himself.
Romine's Motor Company, Houston, Missouri. Best idea I ever had.
Say goodbye to folks.
Bye, folks.
Laura.
We'll
see you later. Thanks for viewing
Downtown Houston.
I messed the whole thing up. Bye-bye.